What's going on, guys? Eric Black here. This is ROCKCAST. Thanks for tuning in again this week. Lovely to see you, Parker Miner. How are you today, this week, right now, this month?
I don't even know how to take that. What is it? What time is it?
I don't know. It's probably 4 in the a.m. somewhere, I would assume.
Probably hungry.
You know what? We actually know that because we interviewed somebody there.
Right.
It's true. It's true.
How are you doing, Eric Black? I never ask you how you're doing. It's so rude.
Yeah, it's because you don't care about me. You're just here to make sure the show goes well, and that's it. No, you don't care about anything else.
Well, really, that's true. So what I do is I have a backup guest to go ahead and, be on in case we need to push you off. So that is the case tonight.
So far, every single show, we're like, you're not working out. Come back again next week. We'll figure something out. I think now it's more like, we feel so sorry for him. He's just he needs help. So that's fine. I get that. Parker, I need you to talk about the show this week, because there's somebody on this show this week that said, "Hey, let's do this. This is a good idea. I think we should venture over to the ROCKCAST situation and hang out with those fine folks."
I'll tell you what, before we do that, can I tell everybody how good I sleep?
You know what? We probably should. We should probably go figure out that sponsor scenario. You know what? Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. What's going on, guys? Eric Black here. Parker Miner over there.
Whatever. He's somewhere. It's fine.
It doesn't matter.
Just keep going.
It's all good. Listen, here's the thing. We have been sleeping ridiculously well, and this is not something that we take lightly. We love our sleep. Rock stars love their sleep. Okay, that's all we're saying. So we came across this brand, and we fell in love with it. Actually, after about a 45-minute nap, we fell in love with it. It was fantastic. What I'm talking about is MyPillow. Yes, MyPillow.com has all of the stuff that you need to fall asleep very well. Now, listen, it's not just about sleep. It's about comfort. It's about comfort.
Absolutely.
They have, Parker, they have pillows. They have Giza sheets. What else do they have? They have towels. They have mattresses. Yeah, toppers. You name it, they pretty much have it. It's not just pillows, kids.
They even have slippers, Eric.
They have slippers. Rock stars need slippers. I don't know if you've seen this, but Ozzy Osbourne wears slippers.
He does.
I'm just saying that's how that works. Here's the thing. Now, Mike has been so generous lately that he's actually taken his pricing down.
Absolutely.
Just a touch. Just a scotch, if you will. Normally, a king-size pillow would be, what, like $70?
Could be.
Something like that? Yeah. Not today, folks. Not today. $30. $30, and you get to sleep like a freaking king. That's right. It
literally.
It's something like what, Parker? What did we say? Like 40
bucks in savings. I mean, $69.98 regularly, I believe, is the price. $29.98.
That's right. Now, if you want to go a little bit further and you want to be cool like us, you can go ahead and get that king size pillow. It's just $5 more. It's just a little bit
so
more,
worth
it's worth it. It's worth every single dime, penny, or whatever it is that you are going to use to purchase those things.
Either way, with us, you're getting a $40 savings.
It's nice. It's nice. MyPillow.com. You can go there and use promo code ROCKCAST for up to 66% off of your entire order. Now, there's also a phone number. You can call 800-646-5719. That's 800-646-5719. I don't know any of you that are going to call that number, but if you do, it's fine. It goes straight to where we need it to go to, I guess. But I would say just Parker. Hold on, Parker's calling.
Hey, Mike. Yeah, Mike answered himself. Look, Mike Lindell. Look, Oh, you already know about it. Okay, he knows. All right.
He knows
about promo code ROCKCAST. There we go.
Does he really? Oh, that's nice of him. That's very cool. Promo code ROCKCAST up to 66% off. MyPillow.com. Go do it right now. It's the best way for you to support the show and support a great American product. Go do it right now. We'll wait. We'll wait right here.
We're not leaving.
Go
We're still waiting. You're not pushing the numbers.
Oh, why you're still here? You should go and just do it. ROCKCAST promo code mypillow.com. Look, I didn't get the number again. 800-646-5719. Why are you still here?
ROCKCAST.
All right, guys, welcome back. Eric Black here. As we stated earlier, thanks for coming back and watching whatever this is going to be. Parker Miner's over there. Nope, he's actually over there. Dude, I switched microphones. It's been like 6 weeks ago. I switched sides.
Still can't get this right.
And I still can't figure out which way to point.
You
I still
suck.
Can't figure it out. I don't know. Anyway, Parker, there's a guest on the show this week, and I simply need to know. I need to know who and why, and you need to tell me.
Well, he is your replacement. Let's go number one. And number two, he is a legend in the rock industry. Let me tell you.
Yep.
A little band called Adelitas Way.
Heard of them, yeah.
Yeah, you know that freaking cool dude that sings for them, man?
Mm-hmm.
His name is Rick. Rick, how are you, buddy?
I'm regretting already being here, but other than that, I feel great. No regrets until today.
Right. All I'm saying is I'm proud of you for saying that right up front. Everybody else waits till like after the show because they're really nice and they're like, wow.
That is true.
We went through an hour of that and we're like, yeah, I don't know why.
That is true.
So we appreciate you being upfront about that. That's amazing. Rock and roll.
Got to set the tone.
That's
you
right.
do. You really do.
Let me ask you this, Rick, before your replacement gets replaced. So how do you pronounce your last name?
Well, there's many ways. There's many ways.
Yeah.
I would say DeJesus, but some people have called me DeJesus. When I played college baseball, so whenever I had a home run, everyone used to stand up in the dugout and go, Nobody fucks with DeJesus. Nobody.
Damn. Oh man. That's intense. Yeah. That was like
I think they should still do that when you're on stage. Like when you leave, when you're done with the set, that's what they're going to yell.
We might just start putting that in the intro, right? It's all
that
quiet. It goes black, and then you just hear that coming out the speakers, and then we walk out.
I think that's brilliant.
Consider it done.
Yeah.
Fun deal.
I think we'll
intro.
make that. I like it very much so. Well, we've got a lot to talk about, and I think first of all, I gotta move this screen over here. There's a lot of buttons over here, Rick, that somebody said, no, it's cool. Let Eric push those buttons. That's a great idea. Not a great idea, but this is happening. So I have to move things around every now and again. So if I seem like I'm dazed and confused, it's simply because I am.
Well, I'm also to the right. I see you keep looking left, so that's already freaking me out.
See, that's the thing. Like, I don't even know. I'm trying to look at. I have two screens in front of me.
Where am I?
And then I gotta look right here at everybody that's watching. So when you're over here to my now right, picking your nose, I can't see you because I'm see, I can't even. I have to look over here.
You need a lazy guy.
Yes, he does.
I need it. This 2020 just regular vision is simply overrated.
Well, that's the problem.
Too good.
2020 is the problem.
That's what it is. Yeah, 2020 is the problem. It was just ridiculous. Anyway, here's the thing. We need to talk about some music stuff, right? So that's the whole point of us being on this whole scenario. Now these conversations are happening anyway between Parker and I. We just thought it'd be better and probably less lies if you were on the show and correcting us is where we're at with that. So we appreciate you being here and correcting us for that. Adelitas Way, two things. One, 2006, I think, was you guys made it happen in 2006. Las Vegas, Nevada. Now, I lived in LA for a couple years, did that whole thing, and I can see a band doing that in LA, but how much more opportunity, I guess, is there for a band that's in Vegas? I mean, I know LA is like 4 hours away, whatever it's going to be, but what's going on with Las Vegas and music?
I never thought there was much of a scene for me in LA. Honestly, every time I went to LA, I felt like a bit of an outsider, right? I felt like, all right, you don't fit in here too well. So Vegas to me felt like, and I got in Vegas when we're fairly underdeveloped compared to what it's like now, right? I mean, and it started out with just not knowing anything, right? You in the beginning, you don't know how to really write songs. You're writing off your instincts. You're doing ridiculous things. I used to. This is an interesting story because it did lead to some success. The first show we ever played in our lives outside of the bar that I snuck into when I was 19 with a fake ID. The first time that I ever played in Vegas, we played this place called Rainbow Bar and Grill, and we managed to sell it out. Our first gig ever as Adelitas Ways, sold out show, overpacked. And here was the secret. And I burned like 10,000 demos on those big CD burners that you have. Like it's got racks of them. I duct taped them all over Lincoln Park's bus, all over their door handles, their windshields. Oh yeah, they came and played a show at the Hard Rock, and I literally duct taped demos onto the door handles of the bus. So whoever walked up and had to open the bus up, the door handle, there was a demo there. I duct taped them on both their mirrors, that like the driving mirrors, the front windshield. So
I thought I knew guerrilla marketing. I thought that I knew guerrilla marketing, but you have just proven to me that I know nothing. I know nothing at all.
If you ain't duct taped the demo onto another band's bus, you don't know guerrilla.
We're not doing it right.
We haven't lived life yet.
Yeah, I essentially flooded the city with Adelitas Way demos early on. Like I was handing them out everywhere and anywhere. I was going into tanning salons, gas stations, restaurants, and it showed a lot of it worked, because when we showed up to the Rainbow Bar and Grill and played outside of the MySpace days, right? We were a lot of people's top friends, right? We had some MySpace jams. But we sold out our first show, and I think that kind of guerrilla marketing set the tone for us in Vegas. And then we had a bit of a buzz going in Vegas early on. A lot of girls coming to the shows, which was obviously what everyone is always hoping for, right? I never got into a band. I was like, let's start a band so we can get a bunch of pissed off, sweaty dudes in a club. So after handing all those demos out, my first show that I played in Vegas, the Killers manager came to it.
Nice.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Wow, dude.
I was about to ask who it was that actually ended up coming to you in result of that marketing style. That's awesome.
Before that, I played a lot of gigs in LA too. I played every room. I played Vegas last. I played the Whiskey. I played the Viper Room. I played some bar in San Bernardino where they set us up on the floor, and I was literally on a dance floor with like 4 people there looking at us, and it was awkward. And I sang, and then after we played Club Red in Scottsdale. We did all these shows before we played a Vegas show, right?
Wow,
so Vegas was actually probably our 20th show. We played a lot of gigs.
Wow.
Vegas was like last. I don't know why we did it that way, but we thought we had to start touring. I don't know. We're like, let's go on a leg in California.
Right.
You don't know what we're doing.
Do you remember coming to Nashville?
Hollywood, huh?
Yeah.
Do you remember coming to Nashville?
I remember coming to Nashville, of course.
Oh yeah. Do you remember? Oh, so me and Eric back in the day, we worked for a place. I think we worked with you for a couple acoustic sessions before the show for a radio station. But
back in the radio.
Buzz?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. What happened to that station?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, here's the thing. We left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what happened to that station.
Rick, do you see what we're doing here? This is because of that.
Yeah, that was a disaster. All of radio is a disaster, right? I mean, they're not breaking any new acts.
No, and that's the thing. It's all and the show we're trying to get further out there. We're trying to get a no pun intended, but we're trying to get a buzz. I debated on saying that. It's been said. Here we go. I can't take it back.
He's been waiting forever to do this.
It's been like 6 months. So we've been trying to contact all the people that we knew before in the industry and all that stuff, and it's one of those things where literally it's been what, Parker, six years, maybe 7, something like that, since we worked there. Literally nothing has changed. Literally nothing has changed. They might throw in a new song every 6 hours,
right?
Something like that. I don't know.
They say no to everything. They're not part of. You know, I think radio used to be exciting because these DJs, they would break records, they would show people artists they never heard of before. It was an exciting game, right? And there became a lot of reward with that too. Stations became famous off breaking records. Labels would come in and sign the bands. It was more of an industry type situation, right? Now you're almost getting, no matter who you are, unless you're the biggest acts, right? Imagine Dragons, you're getting an automatic no.
Well, that's why we left. Like. This is why we're doing what we're doing. This is exactly why. And there's many more bands besides yourself that probably got gypped off that. But you know, we're good friends with the people still. It's not a big deal. It's nothing personal, but it's the deal of the business.
I got some personal beef with some of the people, you know. I got some personal beefs.
Yeah,
I'm sure you do. Yeah,
I have a couple things,
and that's fine. We do too. It's fine because there's a reason for that, and it is. The format flip, I don't understand. Like, I get it. Throw some alternative in there. That's cool, whatever. But keep playing the people that are working hard and actually making real rock out there. It's the whole audience. Nashville is like fueled and they're wanting that stuff. There's more of a rock audience in Nashville than anywhere. And it's like these people are hungry for it. And we're sitting here fueling them with you name it, like the freaking Black Keys, man. Like, I like the Black Keys, but don't play them 24/7.
I think it got even worse than that, though. They started playing like Lord on their Royals. Zero guitar, nothing, you know. And look, I'm fine with that, but Lord's already got 18 radio stations playing her.
Right.
She's already on Hot AC, Pop, Top 40, just everything. There's nothing special about playing Imagine Dragons on a rock alternative station. Right, because they've already got alternative, they've already got top 40. They don't need to be any bigger than they are now. Why make a band that's already selling out arenas more audience and completely ignore new bands that are actually in your format? I never understood it. I jumped out of that like you guys did 7-8 years ago. I stopped the service in my singles to rock radio. Now, you know what's funny now? Now, there's some people that feel some type of way about the fact that I don't give anybody at radio my new singles because I was kind of fed up pretty early on with the direction that it was going.
You tell them to come talk to us.
Yeah, I'll tell them to come talk to you. But now they'll hit me up. They'll be like, Rick, can you send me the new single? Rick, can you send me a new single? And I appreciate it. I always send it to them and everything like that. But that's what you get. That's what you get, right? I mean, and for us, we're just grateful that we were able to keep focused, not let the downturn of rock radio be the end of us, not let it frustrate us. And as of today, we have the largest audience we've ever had in our 13-year career. As of today, tomorrow it'll be the same. It's like our numbers are all arrows up, and I'm proud that we did that and we toughed through all of that. What's the word? The word isn't hate because, you know, obviously Troy Hansen, I'll bring him up, is the guy that came in and killed the format single-handedly. He came in, he killed the rock format. Bands don't even chart anymore because of him. No one gives a shit about active rock radio anymore because of him. He's one of the main factors. Cumulus will sell off. He'll be looking for a job anytime soon. And I can say these things because he doesn't affect my life at all. I do my thing. Our band does what we do. It's pretty obvious by when we show up to Nashville now, you know, we're not playing arenas, but we sell out the Exit In. We sell out a lot of these rock clubs that we play. And I'm proud of that. I'm proud of that. And I'm proud that I don't have to have any reliance on some kind of like trendy twerk.
Yep. Hey, man, look, it continued on, but look, thanks to XM, man, I would say I always give credit to Octane. They still play you guys. I hear it. They spin it, and I dig that. But for us to leave, man, it was the same thing for us. It was like me and Eric were out. We were like, dude, I'm checked out already. I have no, like, it's just we were there for people like you. We were there for Saliva. We were there. I remember when you guys came and opened up for Saliva at Exit In, I believe. And I think you came in and did an acoustic set and Dude, that was so long. It must have been 2007
I
or
love
something.
doing the buzz sessions. It felt really organic back in the day. It felt like there was opportunity. But how many bands are coming through and doing those performances now? None, because Imagine Dragons isn't going to come to the buzz and play in that little studio in front of 35 people. So the bands that and I like those guys too. But like we talked about, they've already got 15 formats they're being played on.
Yeah.
So
they don't need the help.
They don't need the help. Exactly. So,
and you don't either. You don't need the help either. You're massive.
We feel great. I have a bit of a chip on my shoulder with Troy in particular because of all the bands that didn't get the opportunity, right?
Yeah.
All the bands that are still young, still coming up, they should get the opportunity to come in and play on the buzz on air and have a chance for people to like the records and have a shot in this industry, right? But it backfired because when was the last time you heard anything good about radio? All you hear is about the massive debt it's in, the restructuring of contracts that Cumulus is doing. It's like they killed the vibe over there. They're adding 10 current records, which isn't enough, especially when you got Spotify and streaming and you got all these services that are offering people new music constantly. So look, artificial intelligence has proven to be smarter than Troy. So that's not a good look.
Unless it's a local music test. Those do not work either. Because unless it's a huge lie, because apparently that is a thing that happens around here too. And everybody says that they want more classic rock. I don't believe it because we have a classic rock station. And
we have two now. We have two. The station we're talking about I consider that now. They say
I know how it feels. And the majority of the artists they play are not even bands anymore. I mean, they're deceased.
That's what I'm saying.
They're which is
it's annoying. It's annoying.
Yeah.
How are those royalty checks being disputed now that they're not here?
I know. It gets they don't pay them, right? They don't radio doesn't have to pay those checks, I don't think. But I think that what we're getting to do is we're getting to be a part of the future, which feels fantastic. The past is the past. Those guys dug their own graves. They're still digging it. And we're getting to be a part of the future. And it feels damn good. It feels good to pave your own way. It feels good to be a part of forward thinking, right? I remember there's a lot of crazy history between our story that not a lot of people know. We were coming off our biggest record in 2011 and we had the record label let our contract lapse by almost accident by not paying attention. And from that moment on, I read an article about this service coming that was going to change the music technology, right? Not a lot of people were talking about it. And if you did bring it up, I remember going into Capitol Records in 2011, 2012 and saying, what's Spotify? What is this stream? I hear that people are going to be able to stream music on their phones. And I started asking a lot of questions and they did not want me asking questions. That's right. They were like, oh, don't worry about that. It's years away. It's years away. But from that moment, I started planning my escape, right? I started planning how can I be a part of the future of music, not the past. And fast forward 2013, I got us out of every deal we were in. And from 2013 to 2021, Adelitas Way owns every single master right on all of our recordings, over 200 million streams on our songs independently.
Wow. How's that feel, Taylor Swift?
Yeah, right?
Yeah. What's up?
Man, that's awesome. Hey, we're paving the way with you, man. We're here with you. We're doing this too. This is why we're doing it. And it's awesome to be able to pave it with you, man, because we're doing it again. We're back. We're here. So
we're doing it together. I like it.
And also we get the ladies too.
Yes.
It's just our moms.
Right.
So
hey, Mom.
It is what it is. It's fine. But they're supporting. They're huge supporters. We high five all the time.
Yeah.
It's totally cool.
Yeah, your mom did. Your mom popped up on our Instagram and was like, "I'll be listening tonight." I seen it.
I'll be there, sweetie. Thanks,
My mom probably did.
Yeah, she probably did. Yeah, she actually liked the show. Yeah.
Hey, so let's. I think Eric's about to do what I'm about to say. Let's move on and tell these haters how successful you have been. Let's move on to a little thing we call WWE.
This dude. Oh my gosh, dude. This is actually pretty amazing. I was not prepared for the amount. The amount of wrestling knowledge I knew a little bit already, but I did not understand. Okay, so let's see. Invincible. Can we go back to, what is that, 2009-ish?
Yep.
Maybe something like that. Yeah. So this song is what I think really exploded you onto.
Yes.
That sounded weird.
That is
and
perverted.
wrong. The phrasing tonight is way off, or maybe it's dead on.
Yeah. It got me
Anyway,
off. It got me off.
anyway, whatever. This you said yes to this show. This is your fault.
I told you, regretted it immediately, but we've already.
But we're still moving on.
We're still going.
I'll just pay my therapist extra.
Yeah.
This really got you into the scene in a huge way. So now, you know, coming from playing LA, from playing Vegas, to doing, you know, these bigger shows, to doing now you're doing all this stuff with this amazing single. It's in commercials, it's on TV shows, it's on, you know, WWE, it's on SmackDown versus Raw 2010 video game. You've got it everywhere, plus other songs we're going to talk about in just a second. This is something, to me, that's like getting ROCKCAST on a national level. Right now, our moms are, again, you know, they're digging into this. They're
helping
pay the extra for us. That we love them in the basement. It's kind. It's a good place to be. But getting to that point to where Invincible is now, you're like, oh, we wrote this song and now it's exploding. I mean, the thought process behind that. What's going on in your mind at this point in time?
Well, I think when it happened, we were. This is my daughter Penelope.
Hey.
So when it happened, we were just enjoying. So I'll tell you the good and the bad. Okay.
Yeah.
We were enjoying all of the cool things that were coming. We were on Monday Night Raw. We performed at WWE events. We knew the wrestlers. We were the theme song for the Legacy. They walked out. Randy Orton watched us play in Sacramento. The Big Show, John Cena, all these guys are coming backstage. They want to meet us. I want to meet them. It was really, really cool. We were on CSI Miami. I remember watching it at my house with my parents. Yeah. It was on the finale. The show literally ended. And the season ended of one of the last seasons, and they went off in the sunset to our song. And I love that show.
That's so cool.
There's so many moments that inflate your ego if you have one, right? The problem is I don't have too much of an ego. I was kind of like, okay, that was a cool experience, but when do we get paid?
Yeah.
When do we get paid?
Right.
When is there going to be any time where I'm not living my life like this? Like, so I'm getting to do all these cool experiences. I'm getting to do be on Raw, do all this stuff. I'm playing shows. I feel like we were in a warp speed. You know, we're on tour. We're on tour, playing 5 nights a week. We're playing arenas with Breaking Benjamin. We're playing arenas with Shinedown. We're playing arenas with Godsmack and Papa Roach. And it was like, you're this young band getting thrown into this, and you're getting $250 a night. And you're out there holding your CD up, and you have a song that goes #1 on rock radio. You sell 1 million singles, and you're still poor, really poor too. Not just like a little poor. You're like really poor. You're still like splitting a 6-inch or a foot-long Subway sub between 4 of you. And
oh my gosh.
And you're sleeping in a van, and you're coming home to, you know, at the time I married my wife pretty shortly after we got signed and started going, right? I remember just, I did get an advance from the record company. We purchased all that money. We bought a home, which ended up being a massive investment for us. But from that moment on, you know, we sold 1 million albums and 5 million singles and never got another check. So, and we were working 9-10 months out of the year. My first year I was married, I was gone from my wife for 9 months.
Man, wow, I can't imagine.
And we were poor. I lost 40 grand that year.
Man.
So the experiences are cool, but you can't pay me in experiences for too long, right? I got paid in experiences from about 2009 to about 2012, maybe even 2013. It was like, I would call anyone from managers to the label, and I would just be like, hey, you know, we sold 2 million singles. Like, can you guys send me 50 grand? Or like, can I get anything? Can I get some money? Oh, you got to get on the road out there and find a way to make a profit. and I was just, it was very, very demoralizing. And it's a reason why you see a lot of bands quit, honestly, because we were out there with a lot of these bands, and I see it still to this day. There are bands in terrible record deals. I don't want to come out and name a lot of them because some of them you know very well. Look, Chevelle just spoke out about it. Chevelle just did a thing where they said they sold 6 million albums and they didn't make any money off it. Well, we sold 1 million albums and we didn't make any money off it. So we knew exactly what they were going for. I
don't understand that. I don't get that at all. I don't understand how the person that's actually making you the money, how do they not make any money off of that? I mean, I literally get it, but it does not. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, I think what doesn't make sense is not only are you not making money, but you're being put in massive debt between managers, attorneys, business managers. So you're working. I'll never forget it. I got audited for 2011 because the IRS was like, okay, like we see that your business brought in $1 million, but it shows that you somehow are negative 80,000. It's like, well, I owe my manager this money and I owe this person that money, and everyone's taking 20% off the top of every gross, and then you got your expenses, and then, but just by the time the end of the year comes, my wife is like, oh, you've been working so hard. Oh, how did we do? And I'm like, well, I got news for you. We only owe 40 grand this year to everyone else.
Yep.
And at some point you find that hunger to where you try to find out what's going to fix this, what's going to fix the problem. And for me, I knew it was the future of music technology. I knew it was going to be artificial intelligence. I knew our band was a real deal. I knew we weren't going anywhere. I only thought about quitting one time, and it was in 2013 when the record label essentially wouldn't let me go in the studio. They wouldn't let me make a record. They wouldn't let me do anything, and they wouldn't pay me. So they were just kind of sitting on the sidelines, and they kept threatening me saying, we need you to write a song like Imagine Dragons, or we need you to do the opposite of what you've been doing. Right. We need you to do this, and we're not going to let you in the studio until you do it. And we're not going to give you any money until you do it either. So I was pretty bummed that was my ultimatum, right? So
stop playing rock. Stop playing rock.
Stop playing rock. Stop playing rock music. Stop putting guitars in songs. No, we don't want a live drummer in there. We want to program them. And this was all at the point where I had my first daughter. I had my first child. And the breaking point for me was I couldn't get in the studio. They wouldn't let us tour. They had too much control of my career. No one was letting me do anything. My manager worked for the label. It felt like, right? They're just telling me, oh yeah, the label knows what they want, and that's it. And no one's helping. And I remember I was buying my daughter baby formula, and my card got declined at Walgreens, and I had to call my mom on the phone, and my mom had to give the lady at Walgreens over the phone a credit card number to pay $28 for baby formula. And when I was driving
that stuff's not cheap, man.
No, it's not cheap. And when I was driving home, I said, I'm done with this. This is, I thought about, that was the only time I ever thought about leaving the industry, but instead I stuck to the plan. I knew I had to get out of all these kind of people that were guiding me wrong in my career. And I knew the future was going to be in owning your own masters, owning your own songs, owning your own control. We tour whenever we want right now. Whenever. If we're like, hey, let's play Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday real quick, guys. We go play Reno, Fort Collins, Colorado. We just go as a boys' weekend. And we look at it like that too. We're a band of best friends. We're best friends. My drummer's been in my band for 12 years. He's one of my best friends. Same with my guitar player. We get out on the road, and it's like best friends out traveling, doing what we love to do. We make up tour dates. We make them up. Hey, let's go do 2.5 weeks real quick in and out of Missouri through Dallas, through, and we weren't able to do that in 2013. In 2013, you had to call 4 different people and be like, are we allowed to play shows? Please?
Oh man, that sucks.
Which doesn't make any sense to me at all. But there's a lot of things. And I'm not for labels at all. I don't agree. I'm talking about labels, not independent labels, which we're going to get into in just a second.
Yeah.
But from day one of I do music as well on the side. I do all this other stuff, but there's never been a time in my life, in my band life, where I'm like, I need a label. I want to do this with a label. because I've always done this, what we're doing right now.
Right.
I've always done that, whether it's been on camera or not. I would find somebody that's in the industry. I would talk to them. I would find out more information about it.
Yeah.
But I fear that a lot of bands, even if they're starting out right now, they don't have that knowledge and they don't really know where to get it. They just have rock star in their head, so they want to be a rock star. And it's like, well, and that's again, that's kind of what we're trying to do. We're trying to get these stories out so that people understand what that really means, because that's why that's part of the reason why the industry is kind of messed up, in the sense that people still sign with labels.
Yeah.
And the labels will help you lose your identity too, because I remember during all the years that we were making records, they were always bringing up other bands. Oh, why don't you write a song like this or a sound like this, and then we'll put it out. If you make this, once you leave that system and you get back to just doing what you know and being who you are, you start seeing your fan base grow. People recognize that you create your own sound. And I think when you sign to a record label, you lose that. You lose having your own sound, because they literally want you to sound like whatever they just had that's working, or whatever is working for someone else at the time. And it gets tough. You lose your identity, and that's for any young artist that's listening to this, one of the most important keys to making it as an artist is having your identity, writing the songs, writing what's coming from your heart, what's coming naturally from you, listening to the melodies that you're hearing, and sticking true to yourself and getting better at your craft and learning, because you've got to have people really connect to you, and you've got to have people really connecting to the lyrics that you're writing and the melodies you're writing that are truly you. And when you sign to a record label, you lose that, because they're telling you they're not going to put your record out unless you make a song that sounds like Shinedown, or you know, like, if you don't write a song that sounds like Second Chance, this record ain't coming out. And you're like, I guess I better get started, And
then and then Rick's like this.
Well,
there it is.
Look, that was a problem for me too. I don't know if you guys know about a lot of my history, but I was certainly a rebel soul in rock and roll. I stuck true to the rock and roll thing. I do what I want. I do what I want when I want.
That's why we like Rick.
It got me in a lot of trouble, guys. It got me in a lot of trouble. It got my record shelved. It got me. I was getting screamed at by my manager or by a record label from 2010 to 2013, twice a week, for speaking out my mind, for saying what I thought, for not listening to what they said. Rick, don't do this when you get up there. And then I would do it. Or I remember playing, I remember playing in Indianapolis. We played an alternative rock festival, and I got up on stage and I'm in front of 40,000 people. And I'm like, I said, look, first of all, this radio station doesn't even play our music. And I said, second of all, on my drive in, I heard them playing Neon Trees. I was like, I don't think I'm at the right. I was like, I don't think I'm at the right place. I was like, so we're gonna do a quick little set and get the fuck out of here. And I played it and I left. And then I said, and then one time when I was in Houston, I was listening to the radio, and Houston was playing like Bastille and like all these alternative songs.
Yes.
So I got up on stage at Houston's Buzz Fest. And I said, guys, right on stage, I said, guys, this will probably be the last time you ever see us, so fuck the Buzz. And I played. and I was constantly getting yelled at, because I saw the direction that they were going in. I saw that we were all about to be told no all the time on our music. We were already getting told no. And I was tired of being used. I was tired of being used, right? I'm tired of getting up on stage and filling an hour set for the Buzz in Houston and playing in front of probably 500 people that came to see us alone, and then get no support from the radio station. But the radio station's asking for all these things from me, right? They're like, will you do this meet and greet? Will you do this acoustic performance? Will you play this slot in this show? And we're like, yes, yes, yes. And you say yes to these things, thinking after you say yes that they're going to maybe start playing your music. After we do it, they're going to start playing our music. And then
me and Eric did,
and they don't.
Me and Eric did. We did. We did. I'm telling you.
And we actually.
Go ahead.
It's one of the reasons why we're not in radio right now is because of the same situation that you're in, except it was in radio.
Yeah.
Somebody told us that, hey, this is literally the playlist. Here you go. This has already been done. This is what you get to play. If you're over on time, you get to play this. If you're over on time, you get to subtract this song or these songs. If you're under in time, then you can add these songs, and they're all crappy songs. No matter which way you look, it's all crappy songs.
And no one wants to live their life under a dictatorship, right? Communism is not what we're looking for.
So wait, this is a rock station, right?
So that's what we did. We said, hey, these songs suck.
Yeah.
You give us somebody. Listen, I don't know who was in charge of this, but they made a huge mistake by giving us access to the entire freaking radio library.
We pulled a Rick, and we put in. We were like, you know what? This could be the last time that you hear us on the radio. But here we go. It's Adelitas Way right here.
Literally every single shift, we were like, we don't know if we're going to be here tomorrow or not, because they would pull air checks for us specifically.
Oh, yeah, randomly. You never know.
All the time, just randomly.
We did though. We popped.
Welcome to the resistance, boys.
Yeah,
that's right. Well, dude, I'm telling you, man, that's why we're here. That's why we're doing this. And again, we do music on the side as well, so we're in both worlds. But this for us is just something that we, people have been given to us. They've helped us out. They've done all this stuff in the industry, and if we can do just a little bit to help them, whoever it might be in the industry, if we can just give back, man, in any capacity, that's really what this show is about.
Exactly.
And,
hey, Eric, do you remember when the Buzz actually did good? There's one moment. It's when we were there. You know why? Because Troy Hansen, guess what? We put our own music in.
Can we tag him?
And we can say that now because we don't.
No, don't tag him, guys. I got a funny story about the tagging. I tagged him one time. I tagged him one time in a post because I said he single-handedly destroyed rock music, active rock, and I tagged him in the post.
Damn.
Dude, he went around talking about me and that for 4 years. He's like, and Rick tagged me in this post, and he said that I'm killing rock music. He told everybody that knows me that I did this. He cries about it still to this day. He cries about that I tagged him, and because I tagged him on Facebook, and I said, hey, everyone, this is the man who killed active rock. And I tagged Troy Hansen.
Parker, I think that means we need to tag him.
We should.
Yeah, we need to do that because we need the clicks. Rick, we need the clicks.
We need the clicks. Hey, wait, was it something like this, Rick? Was it like, that's the man? It was something more like that, but like curly hair, right?
Curly hair. Oh, dude. To me, whenever I always think of Step Brothers, I'm like, you curly-headed fuck.
Don't touch my drums.
Oh, my God.
Did you touch my drum set?
Did this just turn into a ROCKCAST roast?
I think so.
I think it did. Look, he needs to be roasted. Too many people walk around giving that guy a free pass, and what he did to our industry is pathetic. And look, I'm not mad. I got, we've got millions and millions of fans at this point. We did it without him. We didn't need him. He never supported us.
But he didn't help. He did not help.
He did not help. He never supported us. So somebody's got to come out and tell everyone just what happened. Because people will always say to me, I don't really know what happened to rock radio, man. And I always go, Troy Hansen. That's what happened to rock radio.
Two words.
So so many people are afraid to really place blame where it is. I mean, they gave him control of 13 programming stations, and he ran it right into the ground.
Wow.
He closed playlists. He stopped playing rock records, and now nobody likes going through any of the stations that he has. No one will play for them. No one does any acoustic meet and greets. He can go find the next foster the people or whatever he wants that aren't going to value him because they're already being broken everywhere else. So,
we got to give him credit though. He did one thing right. He put Eric and I on air.
He did do that. He did do that.
That was his decision. Yes, that was his decision. He immediately regretted it.
Yeah.
He did regret it.
Much like you being on the show.
Yeah.
Well, so radio, here's the, we want to do ROCKCAST. We want to make it be radio without radio. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like if we could spin music right now and not have to pay $20,000 in royalties, nothing against royalties. They're well deserved. But we don't have that. If we could
have freedom to spin any Adelitas Ways song you want for free. Done.
Oh,
yes.
That's awesome. We're going to utilize the crap out of that.
I got 7 albums coming, and my album number 7's coming this year. So you've got 7 albums of songs.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, we'll do it. We'll make it happen.
We got plenty to do then.
Now I'm going to hold you to this too. When you come to Nashville, and it's going to have to be soon. We're starting hopefully in the next 3 to 6 months.
Yeah.
What is this? Yeah, 3 to 6 months. We're starting ROCKCAST sessions. It's the same acoustic shows that you're used to playing at radio stations, but without the stupid radio station.
Okay.
So there'll be some benefits to it. There'll be some other things. We'll get into that later. That's
we
a whole
got
other.
we got Kaz.
That's what we do. We play, man. We're in a band. I play anytime, any place, anywhere, man. I love getting up and performing, acoustic, electric. It doesn't matter, man. That's what I'm good at, right? If someone was like, sing right now, I'd be like, my love.
But hey, we got Kaz, the Red Light King. He's down too, so we got a lineup so far, man.
He's a good guy. That's a good guy.
We just need to figure it out. We need to get it done and move forward. But again, man, it's all about, we're actually pretty new. This is not in the industry, but in this specific show, ROCKCAST, this is still very new to us, or for us. This is it's technically it's season 2, but I think it's only like 6 or 7 months in.
That's it.
So,
but we're not new to the game.
We're not new to the game.
You got to hit up the resistance, man. There's artists. So I've got a team of artists like a Storm, 1,000 Foot Crutch, Lacey Sturm. There's a lot of bands that are kind of on, first of all, my distribution company that we're with, the Fuel Music. They're all on the Fuel, so they're part of this resistance that we're all speaking of. It's kind of a bunch of people who feel the way we feel and have those kind of rebellious attitudes that we have. So you've got a laundry list of artists right now that you could reach out to and that are like-minded like us, right? They're going to come on and they're going to be in the similar situation, right? Their stories are I know bands that keep re-upping their deals. I'm like, what do you do?
Why would you do that?
Oh my gosh, I don't know. I have a couple.
Have you asked them the question? Have you sat down and said, seriously, why? What's the whole point?
Battered wife syndrome.
Yeah,
it's all they know is being abused. It's the only thing they know.
And they come back.
Know the abusive way.
I think a lot of it, and I don't know any of those bands that you're talking about. I have no idea who they are, but I think in my own I know, but in my experience, I feel like sometimes it's just pure laziness. Like they just don't want to do anything. They want to just.
You do know them too. You know the bands, dude. They're. If I said the names of them, you'd be like, no.
Why?
Really?
I might not. I might be like, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, dude. We're all for that. That's exactly what we're trying to do here. We're trying to be, do I dare say this, Parker? Anti-radio. I mean, really, that's essentially what we're trying to do.
Look,
it's a good stance to take. Radio is toast, man. They're automating everything. They're taking live personalities out of the equation. That's one of my favorite parts of radio is hearing you guys and then the music. You guys and then the music.
It was real.
It was real.
That's the other thing that got us kicked off too, is we would take that time. So instead of playing a stupid 23-year-old song, we would take those 3 minutes. We only got like 30 seconds, maybe a minute on a good day. So we would take those almost 4 minutes at that point, and we would just talk about whatever. We would communicate. It's a simple little thing. It's a word that's in the dictionary. It's called communication. We would communicate with the fans and the listeners. They would call in, hey, can we get this song on? Millions of times a day. Can we get this song on? Well, we'll see.
Never would be in the playlist.
Never would be in the playlist.
But it would if we were in there.
We got tired of that. And we very, very quickly decided, okay, you know what? We're going to give the people what they want. And I think that was a big part of why we weren't there, is because we were becoming bigger than what they wanted us to be.
Of course. They don't want you to have any name or voice. No, they want you to just shut up and do your job. They don't want you to have... Like, your goal is to get the morning show, right? You want to be able to talk for an hour and let everyone know your personality. Their goal is to not let you talk for an hour so no one gets to know who you are. Exactly. So if you do anything to defy them, they can replace you.
That's pretty much right.
That's exactly it, dude. You nailed it right on top of the head.
But that's not why you guys got into this. You got into this to be a voice on the radio, to talk, to introduce music, to be breaking records. Like, they literally found the only 5 fun things about what we all do, and they sucked it all away.
Yeah, they ruined it all.
Were like, oh, you want your record to break? Watch this. Yeah. We're not going to play it.
Yeah.
You want people to know who you are? We're not going to let you talk.
The good thing about it is, I think maybe the first month or week or maybe first hour that we were working there, we actually did get to enjoy maybe a little bit of old school radio of how it actually worked. It was somewhat okay. And then it was gone. So, radio, I'm just going to say it how it is, man. Radio is pretty much shit. And the thing is, we've tried to partner with them. We've tried to give them content and stuff, and they won't even take it because of the people that we are interviewing it, because they know it's real rock and it's not what they go by.
Yeah, they're corporate rock. They're corporate. And when was the last time you saw anything corporate be good? Starbucks coffee sucks. Target,
Right.
everything's made in China.
Right.
It's like, when was the last time you saw the corporations? You go look at the corporate evaluations of all these places, right? You see Cumulus Broadcasting. They're like, we owe $213 billion. You see the numbers and the math, and then you start looking at like what you're getting paid, and you're like,
right.
The company's worth. They owe $213 million this quarter. I'm getting paid 30 grand because why? It doesn't make sense. It's like Starbucks. Starbucks is like the richest company in the world. Their employees make $11 an hour and they're replaceable. The corporate way is to give people no identity, to have drones working for you. And I'm anti-corporation, hardcore, bro.
Me too.
Shop at any of these places. I get all my coffee locally. I get all my stuff. Everything that I buy, I try to buy from local shops. And radio is no different. It's more corporate than ever, and that's why it's completely gone. I had no connection to the people.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's in your case. Well, actually, no, not just in your case. In most cases, whether they believe it or whether the bands believe it or not, that should be how you feel at this point in 2021. That should just simply be how you feel.
But also, too, data hurts them. Not to interrupt you, but data hurts them too because. You've got, if you look, I won't name any bands. I'm just going to name numbers. So in 2019, we put out a song that now has 30 million streams on Spotify called Notorious. And no radio stations will play it. They were all like, we don't hear it. We're out on it. I didn't even really give it to that many people.
Yeah. Just spin it. Just freaking spin it.
A band that is kind of, that we came up with a little bit, had the #1 song on rock radio. #1. And it had 6 million streams, 6 million, to a band that had no radio play and had 30 million. So we got 20, I can't do math anymore, 20 something million.
Yeah.
24 million. We got 24 million streams than this #1 rock song that was all over rock radio after every radio station in the country told us no. And then that song went on data wise to have 26 million more streams than the current #1 song on rock radio, and that's bad for radio. That should tell you everything you need to know right there. That should just simply be the definition of what we're talking about.
It's
like a cool kids club. It's like, don't let them in. Adelitas Way. Those guys speak their mind too much. They're too individualistic, right? Like, I say what I feel. And that's not a good thing in the music business. The music business, they absolutely want you to be a puppet. They want you to, whatever agenda they want to push, they want to have you be out there parading it around.
Something about this seems all too familiar.
Yeah.
But America in general.
In general, I think that's
agreed.
I think that there is. Actually, I just lost my train of thought because of.
We're gonna go poop.
Hold on. No. Actually, we have chairs now. We just got the chairs that have poop. No, okay.
No, I heard that all you got to do is stand up, flip up your seat, and drop trow, and you can sit there and stay on the show.
I don't even have to drop trow.
Nope.
Mm-hmm. He's got it. Look, you know what?
Fancy.
Look, Rick. He did it himself. Mike Lindell even made him a cushion, a MyPillow cushion, for him to sit there in his chair and poop. He didn't even have to leave.
I bought one too. I support Mike. Look, you got to watch out though, because in 3rd grade, Chris Sorenstein pooped his pants. And when we were seniors in high school, I saw him the other day with his 3 kids. I'm like, what's up, poopy pants?
Yeah.
We're 40 years old. There's some nicknames you never live down.
Well, don't forget.
Everyone knew him for the kid that shit his pants, even in high school. We were in 11th, 12th grade, and they were like, there he is. He shit his pants in 3rd grade. We're never going to forget, Chris. Never.
No. Now, Rick, that's not politically correct.
Nope.
Can't do that.
Chris, if you're listening, what's up, poopy pants?
What's up,
Sorry, Eric, I cut you off.
PP. We have to move on because again, there's like 6 more hours of this show that we have to cover.
Lord, and he's holding his phone. Is your arm tired yet?
It is.
Well, he's gonna have to prop it up somehow. We got to talk about the label now, because the independent side of things. We got to talk about how that all works. Now, I think coming from a major label, did you have any time off before you started the new label or anything like that, or was it just?
Yeah. You've got to look. they want to bury you when you leave. It's not an easy transition. Look, in the beginning of the career, they do have kind of a goal. They want to break you, right? Because they got all the ownership. They own about 92% of everything that comes in on you. And they have an agenda to break you. When you're trying to get out or you're ending, everybody involved, even your team that's currently managing you, everyone that's involved, they all shift to, okay, well, now we got to bury this band because we made them, we're going to take them down. So I had to deal with breaking through a lot of barriers. We were constantly getting dirt thrown on our grave. They were going around bad-mouthing us in the industry, saying we were difficult to work with, saying we were, stay away from that band. They're cancerous. Nope, none of my bands. You guys can't tour with them ever again. Do you know we've never toured with another band again, really? Ever? We've just been headlining for the past 8 years.
As it should be.
Wow.
You know, we've never played with another band. Literally when we left the major label, none of our peers and people we thought were friends with us, like, ever brought us out again. They were like, we're done with you too. But it's funny because now they call and they say, we should do something together. And I say, we don't need to do anything together. We're already selling out all the same places you guys are playing. You know, like, I don't need to go and play with you guys. And I don't have any sort of feelings about that. I'm fine with them. I wish everyone the best. I'm too happy to be outside of talking about Troy Hansen, which really amps me up because I do love
who
I love Nick. I love that you brought that up.
Well, I feel bad for all these younger artists. That's it. You know, everyone should have a chance. Everyone should have a chance to be heard on radio and see if the community of people in that area like the band or not. Everyone should have a shot.
There's so many good bands that aren't heard right now because of that.
Yeah. Yep. So for me, I don't think just selfishly about my band. You know, my band's doing really well. I think about the band that's making their first album right now or their demos right now, and they want to get on even a local radio show, or they want to get on any form of airplay they can. And if they're in any of the major cities, Nashville, Cincinnati, you can just name them all, Chicago, any of them, they have no chance. They have no chance. It's just zero. It's a big fat no. Even if they write the biggest hit, even if they got 30 million streams without anybody's help, the answer is no.
It's insane.
Yeah. So, sorry, I don't mean to rant on too much, but you asked about the independent side of things.
Well, so here's what we got to talk about, and on all of everything you're saying, I'm not against anything. You need to just you be you. And if you need to interrupt me, tell me to shut my mouth.
Amen.
You shut your mouth. So let me get this. See if I understand this. So Vegasin is the label.
Yep.
And then the Fuel Music, would that be like the distributor?
Yep. They're a great team. It's good to have a team, guys. It's good to have a team, but it's not good to have a team that rips you off. It's good to have a team that appreciates you, and that a team that is out there just trying to help, a team that's out there that's trying to get you on playlists from Amazon to Apple to Spotify. It's good to have people fighting for you. And we have a great distributor with Fuel Music, and they've had so much success with multiple acts, you know. Lacey Sturm, 1,000 Foot Crutch, Like a Storm, Adelitas Way. We're all on Fuel, and our team there is fantastic, and they love us and they care about us, and all the checks from all of my music come directly to me. There's no middleman.
That's amazing.
There's nobody that cuts it off and says, let me take a gander at this first, and you know, it's like we get paid direct. And
let me take a gander there, Bo.
Yeah, it really makes you feel good. It makes you feel good once you start getting financial freedom. I'm telling you, I think one of the things that hinders artists. Sorry, I'm in the dark for a minute, guys. Should I turn this lamp on? It went from sunlight to nightfall.
Eric, where did he go? We hear him, but we don't see him.
I feel like your bright personality really covers everything. So I think, you know what.
So the Fuel is a company that takes a distribution fee, which is 20%, 15%, 20%, whatever it ends up being, right? And they're like an additional team to you. They still let you know, like, look, you're the CEO of your brand. I've got to wake up every day and I've got to work. I've got to create content. I've got to shoot music videos. I've got to book things. I've got to get shows done. I've got to get in the studio. I'm writing songs. I'm on calls. And I think the way the future of music is heading is some of these even big corporations, Spotify, they want to deal with the artists more. They don't want to deal with a record label because they're realizing that record labels and managers and all these people are kind of putting a wrench in the communication. So I deal with some of these people directly, and our relationship is strong. And I'm really a big fan of what Daniel X stands for at Spotify. He wants to create a community of artists, over 100,000 jobs and 100,000 artists making a living off music, off streaming. And we're in that mix. We're one of those success stories, 200 million streams independently. Look, the math doesn't lie. 200 million streams, you get paid on it. Your life changes.
That's awesome.
When I'm in the studio, I'm focused on making my best music. I'm not sitting there thinking I've got to write a hit, man. I've got all this pressure on me. It's like, no, I'm the opposite. I'm thinking, I got 200 million streams independently. Like, I'm going to go in here and have the time of my life in the studio with my friends.
Right.
Hey guys, let's go rent out a studio and this legendary studio for 4 days and play basketball and sing and do that. We're like having the time of our lives in the studio. That's what I always thought it was.
Go ahead and tell Allison Hagendorf to just go ahead and tag her in this.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah. I'm gonna tag Allison. Like, Allison. Yeah. Allison's cool, man. She's got so much on her plate, right? She's got her podcast.
She's awesome.
She's like a little celebrity. She's like
she's awesome.
She's her own brand. It's pretty cool what she's building.
She's doing her own. She's doing her own ROCKCAST. She's copying us.
Yeah,
right.
She's copying
what's
us.
happening.
Look, guys, don't send the
you know what though? There's plenty of room for everybody, and again, we're pretty young in this particular show, but at the same time, we're looking for partners. We're looking for people that like you just said, like essentially like a posse, without sounding really stupid and douchey.
Yeah, a team,
a
crew
of people. Even if it's just encouragement, because this industry can be very discouraging.
Oh yeah.
And just in many ways, not even actually in the industry, but in your mental state, sometimes it can be something to where you're ready to just forget everything. So if we can just have
you guys have very unique personalities and voices. I don't think everybody is made to just be where you are right now. You guys both sound great on air. You've got the personality. There are some people that were built for this. Just because in our time frame they took that away from you. You guys are what you are. I can tell from even the tone of your voices. You have voices for on air radio interviewing, and not everyone has that.
Appreciate that.
You could tell you guys are pros, and it's just we just so happen to be in a transitional era right now.
Right.
Yeah. I think you're absolutely right. I think there's a lot to come, and I think there's some new talent that's coming in too. That I know twice. I was there. It was a very weird Monday morning. Yeah. But we got through it. But I think there's a lot of cool people that are coming up in the industry, in not only radio, but you've got music, you've got hopefully there's a whole new world that we're about to open up, and it's going to be not so much with the labels at all. Again, I'm not shy about saying this. I've never liked labels. I've not one time in my musical career said, yeah, a label sounds pretty good. I'll give them 100% of my no. That has never been. I've never been okay with that. So I'm not popular because of that, because I haven't, I've got a day job. I've got all this stuff. I've got to do all this other stuff. Now we're re-recording everything because it's been 6 years since we've done anything. Just because of life. Life happens.
Yeah.
Life happens.
So now we're going through it. Now we're getting back into it, and I'm seeing a whole new world now that I didn't see 6 years ago or 7 years ago, whatever it was.
And people are looking for podcasts, guys, and it stinks. It doesn't stink. They're looking for podcasts, but for you guys, you're gonna have to do what you've already been doing. You're gonna have to go on socials, and that's your audience. People that are following podcasts, they want more podcasts. You've got to go on there, and it's not poaching, but let them know you exist. You've got to go on there, marketing wise. It's easier to target your audience if you know who your audience is. So if you can make that box small enough and you find exactly where your listeners are, it's a lot easier to get them to listen to you. If you're just randomly trying to get everyone in the world to know you have a podcast, you're going to have less success than if you target exactly where your audience is, exactly the people that are listening to podcasts, exactly the people that are loving rock. You will find that it's easier to make your fan base grow if you know exactly where those listeners are. Yeah. And they're there, man. They're there.
I agree. And that's the thing too. We're actually trying to start locally. We have actually a pretty wide fan base. It's not huge. It's not huge by any means yet.
Yeah.
but we
And
do
huge.
have a wide fan base. But we're trying to be, we're really trying to go Nashville because there's a huge need for rock in Nashville, and no one seems to care. But the more we talk to people about the rock scene, the more people want actual rock. They honestly do. And that's what we're trying to do.
Nashville's
So we're
rocking, man. I know it is.
Dude,
every
it
show
is.
we come through there, we crush.
Yeah, dude, it's awesome. And that's the thing. Like, there's rock bands that come through here. They play arenas and they sell out arenas. They have to actually do more shows.
But the
And it's
Buzz
how
won't
can
play
we
'em.
say,
Nope.
well, we're not going to talk about them anymore because they're worthless. So,
They are worthless. They are
did I
worthless.
say that out loud? Did I say that out? Yeah, I did. It's one of those things where, you know what, that's why we're doing what we're doing. That's why ROCKCAST exists, because it couldn't exist. We came to them with a scenario much like this.
We did.
And said, here's a way to make money off of it for you, not for us, for you, for the station. Here's how we're going to promote it. Here's how your sales guys are going to do it. We did the whole gamut.
But their missed opportunity turned into an opportunity for you guys, and it's fantastic.
Right.
Well, we were going to do it anyway. So it was just either you benefit from it or we do. And now here we are. We're doing what we need to do. Okay, so we're quite a ways into this now. Do you have some time to just kind of I want to play a game, man.
Let's play a game.
All right, cool. This game is called Would You Rather. You're probably familiar with it. Would you rather do this? Would you rather do this?
Yep.
And I only have 3 questions. It's going to be very very simple questions.
Okay.
You can go into as much depth as you would like or as little depth as you would like. More is better because, again, clicks. But here's the first question, and I'm gonna try to progress these into why am I on this show scenario, if that makes any sense.
Yep.
Would you rather have 10 fingers and no toes, or 10 toes and no fingers?
I have to have 10 fingers.
You have to.
I have to.
In your scenario. Well,
I've got to hold the microphone. I play basketball, which is a fingertips game. You know, I could run around, I think, on some stumps my feet. I could do like a penguin walk on the court and still shoot jumpers. You know, I could balance myself and shoot up some jump shots.
do you think you could do, because I have some friends who have prosthetic limbs and they have like the robot hands. Do you think you could manage something like that?
Robot hands?
Yeah.
I can manage robot feet. I need the fingers. I'm picking the fingertips.
Yeah.
So you don't think they could go fast enough to do what you need to do guitar wise?
No, plus this hand, I do all kinds of things with this hand, you know? Like,
I bet you do.
Come on.
I bet you do.
Isn't he married?
I bet you do.
You know I do.
All right, question numero dos. Okay, would you rather slide down a razor blade banister
Same thing. Oh,
or pass a kidney stone?
Pass the kidney stone.
Yeah.
Lord.
Yeah.
I've already done that. I'm 38 years old. So kidney
Yeah.
stone's
Me too.
done. Razor blade slide. Pass on that.
Yeah.
Yep. I agree. The only thing a razor touches is my face, barely.
Same.
The beard. Okay. Last question. Would you let's see. Would you rather only be able to play outdoor festival shows in Antarctica, which gets down to negative 76 degrees Fahrenheit, or only play festivals in the Sahara Desert, which can get up to 104 or hotter degrees Fahrenheit?
Sahara. Heat.
Really?
You could just keep drinking water, man. Cold's too uncomfortable to stand there and enjoy. Heat, you can get sprayed with hoses. You could have water systems out there just hitting people. You know, in the Sahara Desert, you could put a pool out there. People are just standing in a pool watching you rock. You know, you can't stand in no lava.
Yeah.
You can't, how do you heat those people up in Antarctica? Nothing worse than being cold. There's
Man,
nothing
yeah.
worse than being
I
cold.
feel like you thought about this. I feel like there's some thought process.
Well, he's from the desert. He got a freebie on this. He's from the desert.
I'm from
played.
the desert. Yeah,
Yeah,
you put me in
he
Antarctica.
played
You,
in the
you, you put me in 62-degree weather, and I'm like, I'm cold. Oh,
That's true though, because I lived in LA for just 2 years, 2 short years, and I'm from the Midwest, so cold and hot are it's a part of life, and I hate it. But when I was in LA, if it got 60 degrees or below, parkas were coming out of the closets, and I was like, okay, well, I'll see what this is about. So I tried on a friend's coat, and I was sweating my balls off. I couldn't do it. But I'm the one going out there. It was like 50 degrees at one point in time, which is pretty cold over there. And people were looking at me weird. I was in shorts and I think I had like a muscle shirt on, which was weird because I don't have any, but I pretend.
You think about lifting weights a lot, so you're like, I'll rock this.
I do. I'm like, I Google it. I'm like, that I could definitely do that if I cared about my body and about my health.
Workout done.
But
mental laps, mental running.
We'll figure it out. So that's the game called Would You Rather. Now we need to know. Here's we're gonna end the show. This is where we're gonna end it.
Okay.
Who let the dogs out? Woo, woo.
Do you know how many dogs are at this house right now? A lot.
15.
Yeah,
20. It sounds like you're having like a bachelorette party for dogs.
He is.
Where can we find you online? I know your website is adelitaswaymusic.com, but let's Instagram. What is that? Adelitas Way? Just
everything's at Adelitas Way. Adelitaswaymusic.com, Adelitas Way Instagram. Look, I want to shout out the fans. Thank you. The fans make all this possible. Having real fans, true fans support us, spreading the word has been why we've been able to do this. I just always want to, first and foremost, thank the fans for making our dreams come true, and everywhere. Find us at Adelitas Way.
Absolutely.
And I would like to tell our moms, thank you for making our dreams come true and funding this show. So
I'd like to thank
that.
your moms too. I'd like to thank your moms for birthing you guys and meeting your dads and deciding that you guys were going to get down.
A whole process we have on film. We'll send you the video.
We appreciate that.
It won't be weird. It's fine. So if you want to know more about now, you do have some tunes out now though, right? You've got a whole slew of them.
We just dropped the new album in August, and then we put a new single off the next record out just 2 weeks ago. Look, it's the fastest growing single we've ever had in our career already. The new single that's out right now. Look, again, we keep setting milestones. What It Takes was off the first single off the last record, and it was the fastest growing single that we've ever had in our career. And now the first release off this upcoming album that's coming out, which is probably going to trickle out over the next year. It's the fastest growing song in I think it's, we're going to be at 1 million streams potentially by the end of the month in 1 month, which is pretty fantastic. So
without rock radio help,
we're blessed. And look, there's so many great, podcasts. Like what you guys are doing right now is part of the resistance. We appreciate you guys. I'm grateful to be on with you. Thank you for what you did when you were on the radio, standing up for bands like us and all the bands that are coming up behind us. There has to be some people that are absolutely not sheep and controlled by the corporate entities to the max. So thank you guys for being part of the resistance.
And Rick, if this does happen to get back to Troy Hansen, then we did something right.
We did something right. Exactly. He can see me. He can see me anytime he wants. I don't think he wants to see me in real life. Yeah. So he should just turn the other way and move along.
You do look good, man. You look good from the last time I saw you.
Thank you. I feel great. Great, man. I'm in 2 basketball leagues. I'm dropping 18 points a game. I feel great.
Yeah. Wow, overachiever. Nice job, buddy. That's pretty cool. All right, guys, if you want to know more about what's going on here at ROCKCAST, you can go to rockcastshow.com and figure out what's going on there. Subscribe, like, share, follow,
all of it.
Whatever the kids are saying. Just do that. That's totally fine with us. But if you want to know more about, this is the key right here, adelitaswaymusic.com. Go find out what's going on over there. They got a lot of good music. They got a lot of good music videos. You got some merch over there too, don't you?
A little bit. We're selling out of merch though. You people are online shopping a lot right now.
Yeah, they are.
Good. That's another way that bands can make a decent amount of money right now without having to tour.
We're going to start our own merch, Rick. It's going to be called Rebel Status. How about that?
I like Rebel Status. You need some rebels, man. There's got to be a resistance.
That's it.
Well, I think we just started it. We're going to do the initiation next week with you, and it'll be a good time.
Look, you guys can always count on me. I like to be one of the iron fists with you that goes against the slamming fist at the table, right? The iron fist is a power fist. The other one is more of like a dictator fist. So we'll battle those guys.
That's right.
We're in. All right, guys. We appreciate you hanging out for ROCKCAST this week. I'm Eric. That's Parker over there, and we got Rick all the way over there. He's
somewhere. He's somewhere
in the dark.
He's somewhere
being cool.
He's fine.
And,
he's pooping
as well. So rockcastshow.com, Adelitas Way Music. All right, guys. We'll see you soon, and bye.
We'll holla.
Holla.